just something you want to show you. This little motorbike here and that thing over there, what's left of it. It was the second and third motorbike I ever owned. My brother's got to it and it got pretty wrecked. The motor's pretty stuffed. It's got bits and pieces missing off it. I've got 2 fuel tanks. I've got bits and pieces. I've got 2 wheels. I've got a back wheel and a front wheel. I've also got 2 frames, 2 sets of forks. There's bits and pieces. One of these bikes was actually registered, one back in the day in the 70s. It was Christmas 1973 I got this bike. No, sorry, that was the first bike. I haven't got that, it's long gone. I only had that for a month. I was on crutches for 12 months. And then I got this bike. So what I'm going to do is get this bike down. This is up above where I work on motorbikes and stuff. A mezzanine we call it. We probably call it a loft or something like that where you guys live. I'm going to pull that engine out. This bike's going to get restored. I've been collecting parts for it for years. I should have enough parts to get the motor going. So my plan today is to get the motor out of this and make a bit of a start. Alright, got it on the bench. That's what we're working with. Not a lot. I'm going to strip it down, pull the forks off, the wheels, engine out, swing arm off, all the little bits and pieces off it, straighten all this shit up. That frame will get painted, preferably powder coated, a similar red. If I can get that red, I'll get it powder coated. It's much better. Alright, let it begin. Alright, got the motor out. In there's bent, that's where the key goes. I'll fix that in a sec. Get those little nuts out. One of these things. Undo any nut, any screw, whatever they're called. Bought this kit in Sydney. Spotted it on Marketplace. It's incredible. It was a 100-year-old business, and it was, I don't know if they're closing down or what, but they just didn't use it. They never used the bloody thing. It's like brand new. It's the best kit ever. I can undo any screw I want with that. It's pretty much all there, except for maybe 1 or 2 little, whatever there's, those little pieces, but it's all there. There's Yankee screwdrivers. There's 3 of them. And it's got 3 impact drivers. Comes in this neat little box. Love it. Those screws have been there for 40 years. More. Nearly 50 years. Straight off. Oh, there's the engine. A couple of wires coming out of it. Bit of a hole there. Got a new one of them. There's just some bits in this clutch. I'm not 100% sure what's happening. That's what I've got to make sure that I get right. Okay. 2 frames, I'm only using 1. This one's got this back piece broken off it, so I'll probably cut that off and use that, save me making one. I am only using 1 of these frames. And it's going to be that one. That was the first one I got. This was the second one. Yeah. Not that it really matters. I can't even find any numbers on it. I don't know how the hell it got registered. No, anyway, if that's enough for today, I'm getting so hungry. I'm going to go and eat. Set that motor up, make a little stand for it, clean it, go about fixing it. Well, I'm about to start stripping this motor down. It's fully seized. That thing doesn't move at all. It's been sitting like this for a long time. Probably 30 years, more. 35 years it's been sitting like that. Alright, it's time to get it to go. I'll start stripping this crap here off it, take these side covers off, give them a wash, give the whole thing a bit of a wash, and then I'll start stripping the internals. All this has to be painted, that's got to be painted. I've got a new one of them. Got a new barrel for it, I got a new piston, I got a new crank, I got new bearings. Got all sorts of new crap for this. I bought it, I don't know, 5 years ago. Thank God, they're a lot dearer now, and crap, you can't get shit for this thing now. This motor's a Fuji 480. It's 80cc. It's off a little bike, Australian bike called a Deckson Eagle. Start pulling it apart. Now, it's pretty dirty. I'll scrape most of that shit out, so I don't want to let it just go into the parts washer. Clean all this roughly and then throw it in a parts washer and give that a clean. Yeah, about cleaning that in the magneto like that, it'll just get pulled apart. Clean this thing first, then that. And flip it over, just bit by bit. It's just got to be pulled apart, cleaned, and then put back together, painted. Well, there's the magneto off. A little bit tricky, so we need special tools. No, we got it off. We need a video so you can sort of see how it goes back together. It really only goes one way, so should be okay. Alright, just shove that in a box. I'll give that a clean later. I don't want to touch it much. Well, this is the other side. This side the clutch is on. So get these screws out, rip that cover off. See what happens after that. Give it a bit of a clean. That cover's going in the bin, but I won't throw it out until the job's done. Never chuck anything at all out until it's completely finished. Alright, that's the clutch, that bit there. Just going to undo this now. I just knocked off that tab washer. I'll rip that off. Probably a little pulley or something, I'll get that off. Take this sprocket here. Maybe there's something in there. It might be part of this actually. We'll see. Alright, under them bolts and get a pulley or something. One of these things comes in handy. You don't have to do it one-handed, but you probably can with this thing. Make sure it's going the right way. No, I have to hold it. Okay, there's that bit done. Pretty much ready to split. It's still seized. Like, it hasn't turned for a long time, this engine. That side doesn't look too bad. Got some numbers on it somewhere. Must be underneath. Anyway, I remember seeing them somewhere. Yeah, you just start splitting the engine next. Because I want these all painted. It's got new crankshaft, bearings, piston, rings, barrel, got a head, got a new carby. No reason why it won't go. Anyway, we'll see. Well, I've got all the 11 screws out, so you split the engine. This little thing here, that's your gear selector. Right? There's a little clip holds that retainer in, hold that spring in, so you can split the engine and pull that out. Pretty much can't split this unless that's out, but I've got the little clip off. Still won't come off. I don't know why, but that thing's just, you know, I'll figure around with it tomorrow. I've had enough today. And I've given that quite a few whacks. It hasn't come free yet. This is all seized and everything, so I'll probably give it a bit of a heat up. So you put a little bit of silicone there, that's your seal. There's no actual gasket, you just put a bit of special whatever there and that seals it. So anyway, I'll play with that tomorrow. A bit annoying, I don't know why that didn't come off. It seems to me you don't even need that clip, it just won't come off. Clip's in that little tin. Anyway, yep, he doesn't want to come apart. He's frozen solid, so I managed to get a scraper in there, but it's all locked up around here around the crankshaft. Everything's locked. I'll put a little bit of heat on it, but just going to have to persist with it. It's got to come apart somehow. Possibly try putting it in a press if I have to. Yep, we'll see what happens. I'm going to get a little bit of movement, got a bit of a crack there, but it's still pretty stuck. Just got to persist with it. It's all jammed up in here, it's just, that's why it won't open. Yep, it's coming. Get there. Jackpot. Got it apart. Not sure what all those little bits are. I've got a feeling they're off a gear. I might have to find a new gear somewhere. Anyway, just got to make sure I don't lose any of these bits. Right now. Okay, I managed to get it apart. I've got all the bearings out. It's ready to be cleaned up, those things. I'm going to have to remove these. I've got new ones. They've been in there for 50 years, so it's not going to be easy, but I should hopefully get them out. Break these crankcases, the motor's junk. It's already got a little bit there, it's got to be welded. I'm just going to tick that up and file it nice. But apart from that, everything's right. Except we've got a problem here. Second gear and third. This is a second. Oh, that's third gear. Sorry, yeah, third gear. That's all fucked. I've got to get a new one of them. And this piece here, unfortunately, is broken. That's its mate. Buy that whole part. I've never seen one for sale, so hopefully I can find one. Otherwise, good luck fixing that. Some guy in Pakistan might be able to fix that, but I can't. Well, you might be able to weld it up and fix it with the bloody Dremel, but that's the last resort. I'd rather buy a new part. They're the old bearings, all new bearings. That thing there will never come undone. It's solid. That's why it was hard to get it out. That bearing's still on there. But got all that new. Anyway, I'll just try and get these stems out, and then they can soak in a pass washer. I'll go up and see if I can find these parts on the internet. I just need to find both third gears. Anyway, they come out pretty easy actually. So these things are going to soak in a pass washer for a few days. That stuff will get put in there. Just keep it safe. We have an early day. I'm going up to see if I can find these parts. I'm pretty sure I've seen that for sale. It's 31 tooth main gear, but yeah, that's third gear. But this, I'm not sure what that's called, but unfortunately it's a solid piece. So I've got to buy the whole thing. Well, I suppose if I have to, I could fix it, but pain in the neck. Especially to get it right. I don't think it's going to happen somehow. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 teeth busted off it. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll goes when I'm putting it together. Yep, I haven't had any luck finding any of these things. If you look at them closely, the other three gears are okay, but this one, they're all slightly out of shape. And obviously there's 8 missing, so a big call fix that. Sure, someone could do it, or I'm probably going to have a go at it. And this gear here, this will be the easier one, but when you have a close look at these, a lot of them are out of shape. So it's not just fixing 3, it's a lot of them are out of shape. They've got to be the right shape. Otherwise they're just going to wreck. They're just going to stuff up again. I'm pretty sure I could fix that. I haven't been able to find that one actually. I haven't been able to find any of them. Anyway, I'll see what happens. Thanks for watching.